thing that I notice amongst a lot of my friends is that people just feel that everyone's questioning everything right now, that we don't trust. We don't trust that our country, that our government, that that the entities out there are looking out for our best interest at all. In fact, that they're using us as prey. What countries do you feel like are leading the way in fighting for like truth and transparency, do you feel like? And then with that said, how hard would it be for there to be this world like pandemic cabal to take over?
Has the world ever agreed on anything?
No.
All 193 countries? Ever?
No.
Written language, religion, nothing. But suddenly this pandemic comes out and all the countries agree that essentially there's one solution, mass vaccination. You've got genetic vaccines that have never been used in mankind ever. And we're talking about largely messenger RNA vaccines, Pfizer and Moderna, which are the leads.
So we'd never used genetic vaccines in the history of man?
Never. And so...
Is that true? Bring that up. These are the first genetic... What does that mean exactly?
They're the first human messenger RNA vaccines. It's the genetic code for the lethal spike protein.
Got it.
What a gamble. So you have a protein that's been worked on for years and years and years, and it's lethal. It's proven to be lethal. Then we create the genetic code for this lethal protein and inject the genetic code with no idea what's going to shut it off.
No, genetic vaccines such as mRNA or DNA vaccines had not been used in humans before 2020. They underwent preclinical testing and early phase human clinical trials for conditions like influenza, rabies, Zika, HIV, and cancer, but none received regulatory approval or widespread use prior to the COVID-19 pandemic. Wow.
Now listen, messenger RNA has been around for a long time. There's a paper by Lalani and colleagues, British Medical Journal, that dates messenger RNA development back to about 1985. Billions of dollars were poured into this by countries all over. Big companies, CureVac, Sanofi, BioNTech came along, Moderna. And there's a love affair with messenger RNA technology. I'm telling you, love affair. Can you imagine any protein we want to, we can make the code for, inject it and start making a protein? The enthusiasm for messenger RNA is through the roof. And when this pandemic came along, it was like go time for those people in the messenger RNA world. And there was a very important development step. And I think it's very unfortunate no one briefed Trump on this. DARPA, a research unit of the military. And this one you have to bring up on the screen, guys.
And DARPA is basically, they're our government's lab.
Yeah.
Okay.
Military.
Got it.
DARPA has a program in 2012. It's called the ADEPT P3 program. They announced in 2012 that our aspiration is to end pandemics within 60 days using messenger RNA vaccines in 2012. See if you can bring up, click on P3 right there.
Okay.
Click on that and scroll down and you'll see
3
the little
aims to specifically to develop a scalable, adaptable, and rapid response platform capable of producing relevant numbers of doses against any known or previously unknown infectious threat within 60 days of identification of such a threat in order to keep the outbreak from escalating and disruptions to the military and homeland.
Now click on that next link, autonomous. Now roll down. There should be a figure. Is there a link there? I guess not. But they literally show messenger RNA in a little life cycle. That's what they're using in 2012. Lalani points out that this has been going on for the longest time. It's almost as if a technology waiting for a use. And when this rolled out, to me, one of the greatest blunders was that there was no way to shut off this genetic code. And so...
What do you mean, no way to shut off once it's injected into you?
Yes. So normally cells make messenger RNA. So we have our DNA, and the DNA codes for a message. The messenger RNA is made. It goes outside the cell, and it works with ribosomes, and it makes a protein, like insulin. And then the messenger RNA is immediately dissolved with enzymes. Done. And so this cycle goes on and on and on. So the ability to make synthetic messenger RNA is powerful. But the reason why the development program stumbled so long is that it was immediately dissolved by these enzymes. So Carrico and Weissman, who won the Nobel Prize in 2023, I believe, they came up with a process of replacing one of the base pairs in the code in messenger RNA, uracil, for a synthetic one called pseudouridine. Once that happened, they were able to make the messenger RNA indestructible. Human enzymes can't break it down. Now it's game on.
Now it's ready.
So now Carrico and Weissman, 2023 Nobel Prize.
But this was after COVID had come out.
And I know, but the work was done. Don't forget, Nobel Prize is usually granted for 20 years of work. So, they were working on this for years. So Pfizer, Moderna, when they went through their decision-making on this, they tried, let's try to just replace 25% of the uracils. Well, it still gets dissolved. 50% still gets dissolved. 75%. They finally said, screw it. Replace all of it. Let's make it fully synthetic. Well, let me tell you what. This gets injected in the human body. I was alarmed when that proposal was made. I published an op-ed.
So now you have a fully synthetic genetic code inside of you?
Yes.
That can't be dissolved?
Cannot be dissolved. That's Pfizer and Moderna. And I published an op-ed in The Hill, and myself and Scott Atlas were invited through 2020 to, kind of guide the House and the Senate and White House on what's going on with the pandemic. And I published an op-ed in The Hill in August of 2020. And the title of the op-ed is The Great Gamble of the COVID-19 Vaccine Development Program. So I called it out. I said, listen, this is a gamble. And when this rolled out, the CDC says, well, it just stays in the arm and it'll be there for a couple of days. We have now one of my patients in Dallas, and we've just published it. There you go. The Great Gamble. You're looking at the only public figure in the world who questioned the vaccines before they came out. The only one. You can't find another person who put it in writing big time before they came out. They came out December.
Pete.
They came out December of 2020. No one did.
P-Mac.
No one did. There's no one else did it. I mean, the point I'm making is the entire world was seduced by this technology.
For sure.
The seduction was overwhelming. Every country signed on to this. They couldn't wait to do this.
Can you search that and see if the genetic code that was injected into with the mRNA vaccines, it doesn't?
Go to McCullough Foundation, McCulloughFND.org, and I'll get you the link there. But the point is, we have one of my patients. This guy's taken 3 Pfizer shots. He's had blood clots, MRI-proven heart damage. He's neurologic damage. He's absolutely miserable with these shots. And so we work with a lab in Germany that can actually detect the spike protein. And scroll down to our publications, you should find it here.
But this is on your own website, isn't it?
Yeah, but it links to the publication. Everything I do is peer-reviewed and published.
Right.
So that's him right there, actually, if you want to see him. That's Steve Kempen, the man right there with the glasses on. He's got Pfizer circulating in his bloodstream 3.6 years after the shots.
He looks hopped up on that bat salt.
It's in his skin. We did skin biopsies. We did 2 sets of skin biopsies, multiple sets of blood tests.
Okay.
And
is this the only patient like this you found?
Well, with every